It started as a simple idea, one of those thoughts that pop into your head on a quiet morning and just won't let go. Could I really go 7 days eating only meals I didn't have to cook? No pots, no pans, no waiting for water to boil, or ovens to preheat. Just food, ready to eat, straight from the fridge or pantry. I love a good kitchen challenge, but this was about more than skipping the stove or saving time on dishes. I wanted to see what would happen if I ditched hot meals, greasy pans, and complicated recipes for just 1 week. Would my life feel simpler? Would I have more energy, or would I just get bored? Could easy meals help me lose weight and feel better? Maybe I'd even discover a new favorite snack or two along the way. My friends laughed when I shared my plan. They couldn't imagine a week without their favorite home-cooked comfort foods. They thought I would miss my morning eggs or a cozy bowl of pasta at night. Honestly, I wondered too. Would I crave something warm, or would I find satisfaction in something new? But the idea of a no-cook week felt exciting and, honestly, a little rebellious. It was a chance to break out of my routine and see what happened. I was ready to try something totally different, to shake things up and challenge myself in a way I never had before. Right away, I set a goal: make all my food for 7 days without turning on the stove, oven, or microwave. No sneaky cheats, no shortcuts, just pure commitment. Just me, some fresh groceries, and a lot of Tupperware. I stocked up on fruits, veggies, salads, and snacks, determined to make it work. I promised myself I'd be honest about the whole experience, no matter what happened. If I hated it, I'd say so. If I missed my favorite meals, I wouldn't pretend otherwise. If I loved it, I'd say that too. Maybe I'd even surprise myself and discover something new to love. All I knew was that I wanted a reset, and maybe, just maybe, a reason to rethink how I eat every day. This was my chance to see food, and myself, in a whole new light. A no-cook meal plan is exactly what it sounds like, a way of eating that skips the stove, oven, and even the microwave entirely. You only eat food you don't have to cook, which means your meals are made up of ingredients that are ready to eat as they are, or just need a little prepping. That means no boiling, frying, baking, or even microwaving. Your kitchen appliances get a well-deserved break. It's all about raw or ready-to-eat foods, focusing on freshness and simplicity. Think salads loaded with crisp veggies, creamy yogurt bowls topped with fruit and nuts, hearty sandwiches, wraps, and of course, plenty of fruits and veggies in their natural state. You can buy some foods ready to go, like rotisserie chicken, canned beans, or hummus. These are lifesavers when you want protein without any cooking. Other times, you just wash and chop your ingredients, making meal prep quick and easy. I filled my fridge with berries, leafy greens, sliced turkey, cheese, Greek yogurt, and whole grain crackers, so I always have healthy options on hand. I also grabbed a few treats like dark chocolate and frozen fruit bars, which count since you don't cook them. Even dessert can be no-cook and delicious. Some people do no-cook diets for health reasons, to save time, or because they have busy schedules and need meals that are fast and convenient. Others, like me, just want a break from the stove and the endless cycle of cooking and cleaning. The great part? There's almost no cleanup, no greasy pans, no pots to soak, and barely any dishes to wash. No pots or pans to scrub, ever. And don't worry, no cook doesn't mean boring or bland. With a little planning, you can have fresh meals that are tasty, colorful, and filling, and you can even get the whole family involved in assembling their own plates. I was curious to see how creative I could get with just my knife and a cutting board. Turns out, there's a whole world of flavor and variety waiting in the no-cook kitchen. Day 1 was harder than I expected. The moment I woke up, I could already feel a sense of longing for my usual routine. As soon as the sun came up, I craved something warm, something to comfort me and start my day off right. The chill in the air made me miss the simple pleasure of a hot breakfast even more. My usual eggs and toast were off limits, and the empty plate felt like a reminder of what I was missing. Instead, I reached for Greek yogurt topped with strawberries and a sprinkle of granola. It looked colorful and inviting, but it wasn't quite the same as something hot and hearty. It tasted fine, and the fruit added a nice sweetness, but I missed the comfort of hot food. The coldness of the yogurt just didn't fill that void. Lunchtime, though, was a bit easier. I made a big salad with spinach, rotisserie chicken, chickpeas, and plenty of fresh vegetables to keep things interesting. I finished it off with a drizzle of olive oil, which added a rich flavor and made the salad feel more satisfying. It was crunchy, filling, and fresh. The different textures and flavors helped distract me from the fact that it wasn't warm. But by dinner, the craving for something steamy hit again. The thought of a hot meal lingered in my mind, making my cold dinner feel even less appealing. I wanted soup, or pasta, anything that would warm me from the inside out, or even just a hot cup of tea, which, I realized, also required boiling water, something I couldn't have right now. At first, I worried I'd give up. The temptation to quit was real, especially when I felt cold and unsatisfied. The smell of my neighbor's cooking made it even harder. Every whiff of something hot and savory drifting through the window tested my willpower. But I reminded myself that this was a challenge, a chance to push my limits and see what I was capable of. I tried to focus on flavors and textures instead of temperature, savoring the crunch of fresh veggies and the burst of sweetness from ripe tomatoes. By the end of day 2, I felt proud for sticking with it. I realized I was stronger than I thought, and that I could adapt. I was learning that meals could be satisfying, even when they weren't warm. There was a new kind of comfort in knowing I could make it work. The trick was to keep things interesting, to experiment with new combinations, flavors, and ingredients, and to plan ahead so I didn't get bored or hungry. With a little creativity, even cold meals could feel rewarding. One thing I noticed right away is that it's much harder to overeat on a no-cook meal plan. Most foods come in clear portions, a cup of yogurt, a handful of nuts, or, just a single apple. There's no endless pot of pasta or a big pan of lasagna tempting you to go back for seconds. I started to listen to my hunger cues a lot more closely. Was I really hungry or just bored? Did I actually need a second serving, or was I just used to eating more? With these simple pre-portioned meals, I found myself eating slower and, honestly, feeling full faster. Snacking was easier to control too. Instead of grabbing chips or cookies, I made snack plates with cheese, grapes, and crackers. I could see exactly how much I was eating. After just a few days, I realized I was eating less without feeling deprived at all. My stomach felt lighter and, my pants fit a little looser. Portion control made a big difference, something I hadn't expected from such simple meals. Midway through the week, I started to notice more changes. My energy felt steadier. I didn't have the afternoon crashes I sometimes get after a heavy lunch. That made sense. Research shows that meals full of fresh fruits, veggies, and lean proteins can help keep blood sugar stable. My digestion got a boost too. All the fiber from raw veggies, beans, and fruit kept things moving. I felt less bloated and more comfortable after meals. Simple, whole foods are easier for the body to process than rich, oily dishes. Some studies say that eating less processed, raw, or lightly prepared foods can improve gut health and reduce inflammation. I could definitely tell my body was responding in a good way. Even my skin seemed a little clearer. Of course, everyone is different. Not all no-cook foods agree with every stomach, and some people need to be careful with too much raw food. But for me, the benefits were clear, steady energy, happy digestion, and a lighter feeling overall. I had to get creative with my meals. For breakfast, I loved Greek yogurt with berries and a drizzle of honey, or overnight oats soaked in almond milk with banana slices. Sometimes I made a smoothie with spinach, frozen fruit, and a scoop of protein powder. Lunch was often a big salad or a wrap. I'd use whole wheat tortillas, turkey slices, avocado, and spinach. Other days, I went for tuna salad made with canned tuna, Greek yogurt, celery, and pickles. No mayo needed. Dinner was the trickiest. I made snack plates with cheese, nuts, deli turkey, and raw veggies, or I'd build a big salad with beans, quinoa, and lots of colorful vegetables. For snacks, I kept things simple: apple slices with peanut butter, carrot sticks and hummus, cottage cheese, or a handful of almonds. When I wanted something sweet, I'd have dark chocolate or a frozen fruit bar. No cook eating wasn't perfect. After 3 days, I started to get bored. Cold food at every meal felt repetitive, even with lots of variety. Sometimes I craved something hot, especially on cold mornings or rainy evenings. The texture of raw veggies lost its appeal after a while. Another challenge was reading labels. Not all ready-to-eat foods are healthy. I had to watch for added sugar in yogurt, extra salt in deli meats, and unhealthy oils in packaged salads. It took more time at the store, but I wanted to keep my meals nutritious. I also noticed possible gaps in my diet. Without cooked grains, eggs, or certain proteins, I worried about missing some nutrients. I tried to balance things with seeds, nuts, and dairy. but it's not always easy. Still, these challenges taught me a lot. I learned to check ingredients, try new foods, and get creative. It wasn't always easy, but it was worth the effort. By the end of 7 days, I lost 10 pounds. My stomach felt flatter, and my clothes fit better. I had more energy, less bloating, and even slept a little better. But I know not all of this is true weight loss. Lots of it was water weight and less salt in my diet. No-cook eating isn't magic, and it's not meant for everyone. Some people need warm meals for comfort, or more cooked foods for health. But for me, it was a great reset. I learned that healthy eating doesn't have to be hard, or take all night in the kitchen. If you're stuck in a food rut, I recommend trying a no-cook meal or even a 3-day challenge. You might be surprised at how easy and tasty it can be. Just remember, read labels, keep it balanced, and listen to your body. What do you think? Would you try a no-cook week? Share your stories and ideas. I'd love to hear what you discover on your own no-cook adventure.